If you live in Memphis, Tennessee, I highly recommend avoiding Dr. Jeter, the practice doctors Rintrop and Jeter. I don't know anything about the other doctors that work there, but Dr. Jeter is my aunt, and she has failed me repeatedly, it being my primary care physician. I became concerned because of my excessive period pain that I might have ovarian cysts. And I brought this to her attention, and she laughed at me because her periods were way worse. She would be like on the toilet throwing up, and didn't say if she had ever been tested for ovarian cysts, and then told me that I couldn't be tested for it, that there was no way to test for ovarian cysts. I don't know if she was just like being specific with words like she likes to be, like there's no test, but like clearly I want to know. I don't care if there's no whatever her definition of a test is. I know I can go have something done to me and a doctor can tell me yes or no, and that just never happened. So now I'm wondering if I'm sterile because I have this untreated thing or not. I don't know. It's just this constant wonder that I'll have until I am in a place where I can actually go to a doctor and start trying to have kids and stuff. But beyond that, she said to me that she reads updates to the DSM, the book of, psychology health. She reads the updates, but that will never change how she treats her patients. And as anyone with any kind of neurodivergence knows, that is not safe. There are certain physical things that happen to you when you have certain mental conditions, and there are certain mental conditions and physical conditions that are like intertwined, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous to not think of anxiety when a patient comes in talking of like shoulder pain. So, and even if she does acknowledge that, I have very little faith that she would actually listen to her patient. Like, she'll interpret it being anxiety as like how people see hypochondriacs. They see it as it's in your head, so you are just crazy, so just stop being anxious. Just realize it's in your head and focus on relaxing your body, as if it's that fucking simple. And she only recommended a therapist to me when I asked for one directly, and that went badly. I can tell the story about how badly my therapist she recommended me went later, but and there was at one point when I was still living with the Jeters that I was drinking through a bottle of wine a day because I was self-medicating. I know I need Adderall. Adderall is the medication that works for me. I cannot obtain it. I can never obtain it because it's so hard to get, and the Jeters would not take me to the specialists who could prescribe it to me. I'm actually making this video now, procrastinating on calling Alliance Healthcare Services because they apparently can now help me get Adderall. So I'm really hoping that that works out for me. But okay, I got off my point. I was telling my aunt that I was going through a half bottle of wine a day, and she left me on red. Like, I was crying for help. I have an addiction and I need help with it, and my primary care physician left me on red. I know she must just see it as a moral failing, that I should just figure this out. I know that My father, Larry, thinks that I don't need Adderall and expresses it as prove to us that you need it. And so I can only assume that's the mindset that she's taking, since she hasn't talked him down from that or gone, as my primary care physician around my father and actually helped me get that thing. So yeah, that's my warning about Dr. Jeter. She's not a good doctor, in my opinion. I think you'd be better off going to a veterinarian.